Gold still holding, silver and platinum about the same. Let's take a look at all three very quickly. This is of course brought to you by Ainslie Bullion and the Gold and Silver Standard. My name is Joe. Use the time codes below to click to your favorite metal. Also post a comment below to let me know if you want me to look at something else like a cryptocurrency, something like that. And of course, hit the big red subscribe button to join us. 3,500 subscribers and counting. You're looking at gold here on the weekly time frame. It's priced in US dollars, 1,925 US dollars as of right now, using the tradingview.com website. Pop on the indicators. Let's take a look at where we've come from in the last week or so. So basically gold is still holding around this general 1900 roughly to 1920 area. So we talked about this last week. Gold holds so far. We talked about this level right here. As you can see, this downtrend, and last week and the week before, it did hold above this trend line. So we did have a couple of spikes down here to 1910 roughly, and just in the last week after I posted this video, I was talking about this area around here, around about the top of this rectangular triangle. And since then, since last week's video, we had a nice little spike just down to that area right then. But luckily, so far for us, we did close above, and that's more important. The closes above. The spikes are important, but where you close, a little bit more important. So we have closed above this downtrend line, so still holding so far, that is. And we've started off the week, a little bounce off this trend line, and we're up for the week so far, so 1,925. Not a lot else to say that I didn't cover last week. The basics are we need this potentially heading back down to this general area around about your 18 or bottom of this triangle here, around about your 1880 level at least. That would be a level of support, but so far holding. And the next pieces of resistance right here is between 1960 and about 2000. You call it the psychological value as well, although that does coincide with a previous area of resistance right up here too. So basically support level 1880, resistance level next one is 1960, in a bit of a no man's land at the moment, but still holding for now. If we take a look on at the relative strength index, what you'll also notice is we are showing support so far. We haven't broken down below the halfway point, if you can see that right here. So the main theme again for this week's analysis, it's still holding, and let's just see what happens in the next coming week or so for gold. Be aware about this potential, I talked about it last week, potential head and shoulders pattern, but again, I think the price has to come down a little bit lower to form that head before we might see a shoulder. So I wouldn't call that confirmed just yet. So gold still holding. Let's look at silver. So silver performing a little bit better. We have seen a couple of green weeks so far. We are not above this level of resistance right here at around about 2320, the top of this, or the bottom of this rectangular triangle, and we're certainly not out of the woods in terms of the larger symmetrical triangle pattern right here that we did break out of. And then you had the major resistance level of $26. I repeat myself every single week. It's a huge amount of resistance, been so for a long time. It was also a major level of support for a couple of years during the big bull market between 2011 to 2013. But go back to my previous videos, you can see all about that. Failed to break through back down into the symmetrical triangle. We had a bounce out, but that was a failed move. Oftentimes from a failed move comes a fast move in the opposite direction. But again, have found support so far in this purple rectangular box, but not out of the woods just yet. But I would say for silver, it is just still holding. Same as last week, we needed to break out of and hold above the downtrend line as part of this longer or larger symmetrical triangle pattern. Breaking down through this box here, breaking down through 22, then you're going to see a test roughly of this bottom uptrend line right here, which forms the symmetrical triangle pattern. It might be around about your $20, $20.50, $20.70 level. But it has yet to do so. So that's really it for silver, still in a holding pattern, just like gold is at the moment. Where do you think the price is going to go in the next couple of weeks? Do you think we're going to finally break out, or do you think we're going to play down a little bit further? Could it be a buying opportunity for you? Post a comment below and let me know your thoughts. Really short and sharp this week. That is silver. And let's take a look at platinum. Solid support so far. We were talking last week. Let's go back to this video right here. We'll go to poor platinum. As you can see there, I titled it poor platinum in the time codes right there, because just poor platinum. It really just has not had a good time in the last number of weeks, of course. Breaking out was looking good, was showing some support, was looking good, broke down to here, was still looking okay, and then just down there. So last week, we were at $920, and I was suggesting that this next level here, around about 900, would see support. Looks pretty obvious, as you can see right there. I think that's quite obvious, a $900 support level. We did spike below, down to, again, this is on the weekly time frame, we spiked down to 890, but we closed above. So it's more important that we close above a particular support line. So we closed above at around about 902. Since then, a green week, but after such a large number of red candles, a little green relief, isn't surprising. So I wouldn't say we're absolutely out of the woods and then we're heading back up. You've got this resistance level right here of between 940 to 960, and that happens to butt up against this uptrend line right here. So definitely this area, see that area of confluence right there? You've got this previous level I've drawn, so that's the 960 right there, and this uptrend line kind of coincides around about here, doesn't it? So if we were to see a couple of green weeks of platinum, I still wouldn't be saying, yeah, we're going great guns and we're going to shoot through to the moon. You're looking around about here in the next couple of weeks, major area of resistance at 960, if not 940 right there, but I'd say definitely 960. Breaking down further in platinum, you've got this lower line right here at around about $850 would be definitely the next area of support. In terms of the relative strength index on the weekly time frame, a little tick up, but we're below the halfway point, and it looks like we are trending down at the moment. However, what I'll point you to, let's take a look at this support level very quickly. Right here, you've got, let me just move that out the way so we don't get that. There we go, close enough for jazz, something like that. There we go. It's still in the way. Okay, let's do that. Perfect. All right. So you can see this general area of support at around about your 36, 37 mark. You can see that. So we have yet to break down below there. And we haven't broken down below that area on the relative strength index since, well, what do you know, March of 2020. And what happened then? Well, we all know. And that was a black swan event as well. If we discount, if we take that away, pretend like it didn't happen, I know you really can't, but pretend like the black swan didn't occur, then you really didn't break down support below this 36, 37 level since June of 2018. So again, discounting a black swan event, which you can't really account for, that's, June of 2018. So it is a big level of support. You can see it going all the way back till, September 2016 as well, a very definite level of support. So you could say potentially that we're in a longer term time frame level of support here on the weekly time frame for platinum. You can definitely see on the daily time frame on the relative strength index where we have absolutely bottomed out in terms of the daily time frame. It looks like you've come into extremely oversold, so now we might go back into a period of possibly going into overbought. You never know, in the next number of days, maybe a couple of weeks, and that may coincide, definitely not saying this is going to happen, but that may coincide with this area right here of that 960. So just bear that in mind. After a bunch of red candles, a couple of green weeks, not out of the realm of possibility, but that 960 definite resistance. Okay, that is gold, silver, and platinum. Again, hit the big red subscribe button here to join us. 3,500 and something subscribers. We're doing very, very well. Of course, the weekly technical analysis, our product video spotlights as well, of course, our topics of the week, our three every single week insights videos where we do interviews with prominent people in the industry based on the morning's news that we post on ainslieBullion.com.au. And don't forget our specials of the week. Currently, every Thursday, get a special deal on a piece of gold, silver, and sometimes platinum as well. So what I'd love you to do is please like this video, please share around, and please subscribe to the channel. And next week, you will receive another technical analysis. Might I do Bitcoin or Ethereum or another cryptocurrency? Maybe next week. Post a comment below. Do you want to see a crypto in there as well? Please balance your wealth in an unbalanced world. Take care, and we'll see you next time.